Citywide Tour Commander, joined tonight by Assistant Chief Kevin Woods, our Chief of Operations, and Assistant Chief Paul Miano, Assistant Chief of EMS Operations. Approximately 7:15 this evening, we received a phone alarm. The initial address, I believe it was 522, was changed to 526 East 82nd Street. We had a heavy body of fire originally on the 5th and 6th floor. We had fire in multiple apartments. That fire eventually did drop down onto the 4th floor. A very quick work by the members of the FDNY. Multiple lines stretched in tandem. We had to get to the roof, ventilate that roof, pull apart walls. We had fire traveling up a lot of concealed spaces. We had a lot of fire right now. Right now we're on primary hold. We're still conducting, we have primary searches, we're still conducting secondary searches. We have a lot of debris in those particular apartments, so it'll be a prolonged operation. I'm going to turn it over to Assistant Chief Paul Miano right now to talk about some of the injuries and victims.
Hi, good evening. Paul Miano, P-A-U-L-M-I-A-N-O. I'm the Assistant Chief of EMS Operations. Tonight at this fire we have a total of 7 injuries, 6 of them being minor injuries to firefighters, and we do have 1 civilian injury at the location. The status of the injury on the civilian, unfortunately the civilian is deceased, and that's all I have right now.
Was it a man or a woman, do we know?
I'm unable to tell you right now. Yes. 6 minor injuries to firefighters. Yeah. Yes.
The person, can you give us an age range? Was it
I can't.
Adult, a child?
I can't at this time.
They were on the tell us if it was an adult?
I'm going to turn it back over.
Okay. Can you tell us the circumstances surrounding the death? How did you recover this person and what happened?
So first of all, as far as cause and actually what occurred, it's our fire marshals are investigating the scene right now. When our units came upon the scene, especially in residential buildings, we have a lot of upward travel of smoke, fire. The victim was found in a hallway area, was identified right away. We continued the searches throughout the apartments on the 4th, 5th, 6th floors. Those searches are continuing, making sure that our secondary search is very painstaking. Make sure that we really cover everything. Right now, we're working with a lot of our agency partners here. You can see New York City Police Department, Medical Examiner, New York City Emergency Management, DOB, utilities are here, shut to the building. Working with our partners in Red Cross. We had multiple apartments affected, so obviously we have families that are going to need relocation probably. In the meantime, they've gotten some shelter in the lobby of these buildings here. I understand there's an MTA bus that's going to come to shelter them. Obviously it's getting pretty cold tonight, and we're happy to take any questions that you have at this time.
Sonia, hold on. Sonia.
You mentioned the hallway. Is that the 5th floor hallway where the victim was found, or was that a hallway inside or outside the apartment?
So that'd be a hallway outside the apartment, and they believe in that 5th floor area. It's still under investigation. The marshals will actually painstakingly go through the whole process. They're interviewing all the companies that found the victim and that operate in that area. So
there are 23 victims inside.
So it's still to be determined. We have heavy fire, with pretty good damage on the 6th, 5th, and 4th floors. But then, as you can imagine, there's a lot of water damage. So that's still going to be determined. We're going to probably have to rely on our DOB partners as well. So we don't have an exact number. We believe it's about 8 to 10 apartments that were affected. Not everyone has been displaced, but that the building, you will be here for a while. We're going to have a watch line throughout the night, make sure we don't have any secondary fires. And as I said, the buildings, any hazards, water damage is going to still have to be assessed.
Derek,
Can you talk about the age of the building and how that complicated efforts to fight the fire?
So in these type of buildings, I don't know the exact age of the building, but this type of building, it's what we call like a class 3 non-fireproof, right? So it's a mixture of a lot of wood, concealed spaces, as well as masonry. So our biggest challenge is the fire we see, but then it's the fire that we don't see that's in the walls, that's traveling, that can quickly, go from floor to floor. So that makes it challenging.
one more here.
Is there anything about the fire that made it dangerous for firefighters? How were they injured? We heard one of them might have burned. What happened to the firefighters?
So we had a lot of fire moving at one time. The art and skill of a firefighter is inherently dangerous. With a cold night, we have a lot of water going on. We have ventilation, windows breaking. We have a lot of fire and smoke. So thank God all the ones seem to be minor at this time.
Sean, you good? Last question.
Can you say anything about the adjacent building? Is that not damaged, or how about the residents in this building immediately adjacent to the casualty?
Right, so we're going to assess that. We don't believe there's major damage right now, but before we let anybody in, we always make sure that that's, especially on those floors that were affected.
The fire did not get into that building.
From our understanding, it did not.
Okay, last question there.
The units impacted are on the 5th and 6th floor, right?
5th, 4th, 5th, and 6th floor fire damage, but also many units that are probably impacted because of the water damage.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you, Chief. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.